Hi friends, we've been learning about transportation, how to get from here to there. And one of the ways that we can get around is on the water. And there's different kinds of transportation that we can use on the water that we can't use on land. And they're called boats. And there are all different kinds of boats. There are boats that we use engines for, like speedboats or cruise ships or freight boats, right, that carry big boxes filled with supplies on them. Then there's other kinds of boats that don't have engines, like rowboats and kayaks. We have a story about some friends who decide to go in a rowboat for a row in the bay. The name of our story is Who Sank the Boat? Sank. What does that mean? That means it wasn't floating, that it sunk to the bottom of the water. Who would sink the boat? Let's find out. The name of our story again is Who Sank the Boat? Our author and illustrator, the person who wrote the story and drew the pictures, is Pamela Allen. Beside the sea, on Mr. Pfeffer's place, there lived a cow, a donkey, a sheep, a pig, and a tiny little mouse. They were good friends, and one sunny morning, for no particular reason, they decided to go for a row on the bay. Do you know who sank the boat? Was it the cow who almost fell in when she tilted the boat and made such a din? Do you think it was the cow that sank the boat? No, it wasn't the cow who almost fell in. Do you know who sank the boat? Was it the donkey who balanced her weight, who yelled, "I'll get in at the bow before it's too late"? Do you think it was the donkey who sank the boat? No, it wasn't the donkey who balanced her weight. Do you know who sank the boat? Was it the pig as fat as butter who stepped in at the side and caused a great flutter? Uh-oh. Did the pig sink the boat? No, it wasn't the pig as fat as butter. Do you know who sank the boat? Was it the sheep who knew where to sit to level the boat so that she could knit? No, it wasn't the sheep who knew where to sit. Do you know who sank the boat? Was it the little mouse, the last to get in, who was the lightest of all? Could it be him? What do you think? Oh no, you do know who sank the boat. Who sank the boat? It was the little mouse. Why would such a small animal sink the boat? Let's see, who did we already have in the boat when the mouse sank it? The cow, the donkey, the sheep, and the pig were already in the boat. I guess it was just too much with the mouse, because when the mouse went in, the boat sank. I wonder why. Well, maybe we can try an experiment to find out what would sink a boat. So let's see what we need. So I have here a bin with water. So I used a storage bin. So I have some water in there. Okay. And now we have to make a boat. So we can make a boat a lot of different ways. But I found two ways. I took a red cup and I cut the top off so it's not too tall. I can use that as a boat because that floats, right? We know boats float. So I can use that as a boat. Or we can make a boat from tin foil. So I have some foil. And it's going to look more like a raft than a boat. But we can fold it once. And then fold it again. You don't want to use a very big piece because it's a small lake that we have here that we're going to use for our boat, right? And then fold it again. So now I have a nice rectangle piece of foil. And then we have to bring the sides up. So we just want to fold the sides up. So we have the sides, but then wood will get in there. So we need to fold those sides up too. And when we fold those sides up, these sides come down a little bit. So we just want to bend the sides so we have nice sides of the boat so the water doesn't come over. Okay. And then the other side. And here we have another little boat. Let's see if this floats. Let's see. Can you see it in there? I can't really tilt it. Let me see if I can hold you up. So, all right, that works too. I'm going to use that one, I think. Then I have pennies. And I'm going to see how many pennies I can put in my boat before it sinks. So you may want to have mommy or daddy help you keep track because sometimes it's hard to count and put the pennies in at the same time. So if you and mommy or daddy count together, you'll be able to keep track of how many pennies you put in the boat. So let's see. I'm going to start, but I'm not going to finish because I want my friends to do this on their own. So there's my boat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 pennies in the boat so far, and my boat is still floating. But I want you to do the experiment at home, and I want you to tell me how many pennies it took to sink your boat, and why. Why would it take so many pennies to sink a boat? Just like why would it take so many animals? Why didn't just one animal sink the boat? Why did it take 5, and why was it the littlest one that sank the boat? I want to know from you what you think. Who sank the boat and why? Have fun with your experiment. Bye.